Someone I Used to Know is a romantic comedy drama that centers on themes of nostalgia, personal growth, and the complicated nature of love. The story follows Ali, a television producer whose life takes an unexpected turn when she loses her job. Feeling directionless and unsure of her future, she decides to return to her hometown, hoping that familiar places and people might help her rediscover herself. Ali's return home is filled with mixed emotions. Once a confident and ambitious teenager, she now feels disconnected from the person she used to be. The hometown, frozen in time, becomes a mirror reflecting her past dreams and the compromises she has made along the way. This setting establishes the film's central idea, how time and choices reshape who we are. Soon after arriving, Ali reconnects with Sean, her high school sweetheart. Sean represents a version of Ali's past that feels warm, exciting, and uncomplicated. Their reunion is filled with instant chemistry, suggesting that some emotional bonds never truly disappear, even when people move on with their lives. As Ali and Sean spend time together, the film explores the pull of nostalgia. Ali is tempted by the idea that rekindling an old romance might restore a sense of purpose and happiness. Sean, who has also changed since their teenage years, seems equally drawn to the comfort of familiarity. However, Ali soon discovers that Sean is engaged to Cassidy, a woman who is confident, thoughtful, and surprisingly open-minded. This revelation introduces emotional tension and forces Ali to confront her own intentions. What initially seemed like a harmless reconnection now risks hurting others. Cassidy is not portrayed as a stereotypical romantic rival. Instead, she is complex and self-aware, which adds emotional depth to the story. Her presence challenges Ali's assumptions about love and competition, making Ali question whether her feelings are about Sean or about reclaiming her own lost identity. The film gradually shifts focus from romance to self-reflection. Ali begins to realize that her attraction to Sean is deeply tied to her fear of change and regret over paths not taken. Sean, too, struggles with whether he is settling into a safe future or genuinely choosing the life he wants. Through conversations and shared memories, Ali and Sean confront the reality that they are no longer the same people they once were. The moments that once defined their relationship now feel different, highlighting how growth can both enrich and complicate emotional connections. Ali's friendship with Cassidy becomes an unexpected turning point. Instead of animosity, the two women develop an honest bond. Cassidy's emotional maturity and self-confidence push Ali to see herself more clearly and take responsibility for her actions. This connection helps Ali understand that longing for the past can prevent people from embracing the present. She recognizes that clinging to old relationships may offer comfort, but it can also trap individuals in versions of themselves that no longer exist. Sean, faced with his own doubts, must decide whether his feelings for Ali are genuine or simply a reflection of unresolved nostalgia. The film emphasizes that love rooted in the past may not be strong enough to sustain a future. As emotions come to a head, Ali makes the difficult choice to step back. Instead of pursuing Sean, she chooses honesty and self-respect. This decision marks a significant moment of growth, showing her willingness to let go rather than repeat old patterns. The resolution does not focus on dramatic declarations of love, but on quiet realizations. Ali accepts that closure does not always come from rekindling old relationships, but from understanding them and moving forward. By the end of the film, Ali begins to rebuild her sense of self. She starts redefining her ambitions and values, no longer measuring her worth by past successes or failed relationships. Her journey becomes one of self-discovery rather than romantic fulfillment. Someone I Used to Know ultimately suggests that people change, and that change is neither good nor bad. It is simply inevitable. The film highlights the importance of acknowledging growth, both in ourselves and in others, even when it means letting go of familiar comforts. In conclusion, the movie is less about finding the one and more about reconnecting with who you truly are. Through Ali's emotional journey, Someone I Used to Know delivers a thoughtful message about nostalgia, maturity, and the courage required to move forward instead of living in the past.